Hi, Brian Hawkins here, Next Step Survival, and today I'm going to take some number 10 cans of wheat berries, transfer those into 5-gallon pails with Mylar bags, oxygen absorbers for long-term food storage. And I'm going to take you with me. Okay, so before we get started, I want to just a couple of quick things out of the way here. So I bought 6 hard white wheat berries and 6 hard red wheat berries from the Church of Jesus Christ.org online store last year. I also bought a case of spaghetti bites. So 6 is in a case. They were very inexpensive. These were like $35. It looks like they still are for 6 of them. It's a great deal, right? Honestly, I didn't eat them. Like everything else, I do overkill on everything. I don't know why. I already had purchased these from Augustin Farms. This is like 24 pounds of hard white wheat. This is probably more than I'd need for a lifetime of it. And then I went and bought all that. But so if you need that much, maybe, but I'm just saying this is probably overkill. FedEx destroyed these cases, or a lot of these cans. In fact, every single can has dents in it. Some of them pretty severe, and I've sorted through it, and I've taken the worst 5 out. So I've kept one back, put it back on my shelf. If I can fit all 6 in a pail, I will. I'm going to try to get 5 in there. I don't want to use more than 2 pails. That's just too much, right? So I don't need a bunch of 5-gallon pails of wheat berries. Not to mention there's a bunch on the shelf in jars that we actually use. So in rotation, I'm saying. So I could do this in a couple of different ways. I could take these 1-gallon Mylar bags, and I don't think one of these, even though it looks like the size of a paint can, I believe it's going to be more than a gallon it will hold. But I could fill these up, throw them in a bin, seal them with some oxygen O2 absorbers, and just throw them in a pail or throw them in a bin. Would be good. But what I want to do instead, because these are truly long-term, right? So they say these are good for like 30 years or something. I don't know. I doubt that I'm going to need it that long. But I'm going to put them in these pails using these. I think these may be 6-gallon, because you can see how much it's sticking out of this this pail right here. And I'm just lining the pails. Those are new food grade 5-gallon pails, and I'm just lining it with that. I'm going to pour them directly into the Mylar bag. Then I'm going to throw the appropriate number of oxygen absorbers in there, maybe a little one extra for good measure. I'm going to seal it up, and then I'll close it up, and we should be good. So that's the plan. And I'll leave some links and stuff in the video notes, show notes, blog posts, whatever we call this stuff now. All right, let's do this. All right, so there's my setup there, and what I'm going to do is plug in my sealer, start letting that get hot, the iron, and I'm going to start opening up these cans so that you're not having to stand there and wait on all that. These lids, these are new, and I believe I got these from Walmart, Lowe's, so I don't remember, but they're food grade, but they do not have the gasket on them. Okay, so I didn't get the lids with the gasket on there. So if I had, I could put the wheat berries directly into the pail and seal it up that way. Even with that, even though I've got some of those already and back there that have the seal, I still prefer to use a Mylar bag. That's just me. Plastic does leach. Even food grade doesn't mean it's 100% safe. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying for me, for the low cost of a Mylar bag, I just as soon use a Mylar bag. I'll go ahead and get this started and bring it back when I got everything out ready to go. Alright, so I have the sealer heating up right now. I've opened up 5 cans of the hard white wheat. Like I said, I'm going to try to get all 5 of those into a 5-gallon bucket, and if I still have room, which I seriously doubt, I'll put the 6th one in. When I break this open, these oxygen absorbers, I have a very limited time that I want to work with these right before I get them sealed back up, so that we don't lose its oxygen absorbedness. Yes, that's a word. And so what I do is I'll go and pour everything into here, and once I determine how much I'm going to fit in there, I'm going to have, this is also, these ones here, by the way, have the Ziploc, I don't know if you can see that, Ziploc seals on it, so I can zip it. I'll seal it all except for just enough to drop these in here. And then I'll push all the air out of it, and then finish sealing it up. And before I do that, I'll even seal this back up using my food saver, but I could use the iron. So, or maybe I will. I don't know. But the idea is just to hurry up and use those and get them sealed up, and get the food sealed up in there as quick as possible. For a 5-gallon pill, it calls for 2,000 cc's of oxygen absorber. I have these 300s, which is 7 of these. Like I said, I believe these are 6-gallon bags. It may have, it seems like it has more air in it than necessary. So I'm going to throw 8 of these in here, and I'm not even sure what's in there. But if there's any left in here, I'll seal those up. Maybe I'll throw the whole thing in there. I don't know. All right. So here goes number 1. Hopefully this doesn't make too much noise. Alright, so there's their, what's it, desiccant. I'm just going to leave that in there. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get 6 in there, but I may be able to get 5. It's already pretty full. Let's see what we got. Let's give it a try, I guess. Alright, so there's 5. So 5's going to work. I'm going to be able to get all 5 of those in there, but the 6th one is going to have to stay up on my pantry shelf. Up there. This is all unorganized right now, but that's fine. We're going to get the 6 worst, or the 5 worst. We'll get the 5 worst dents. They were so dented, some of them I had a really tough time even opening them up with the can opener. So we got it done. It's been on my to-do list for close to a year. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and set up the other ones too. This is easy to do them all. So, again, this has got the Ziploc. I did notice that these are different. Two different size pails. I don't know why. But what I did is I wrote red and white, so I don't get them mixed up. So when I mark the top of the pails, I won't mismark them there. But I'll go ahead and get this set up too. We'll do them both at the same time. Alright, so I've already got this one kind of set up so I've done the Ziploc. A lot of bags won't have that, except for the very end here to where I can drop the O2 absorbers in. I've pushed the air out of it, folded it. So now all I need to do is I'll seal up to this point with the iron on both of these, then drop the O2 absorbers. But I just want to show you this is pretty simple. So all you do, sorry if it's making too much noise, but you just close it. See why I buy the oversized ones, because it's a lot easier to deal with. And then I just Ziploc it to about right to here. Alright, so this is still open right here. I think you can see that, yeah. And then all I do is just let some air out, push it down, and I bring it back. Now what's gonna happen here is when I'm all done, we're just gonna fold that up and close it out and let the O2 absorbers take out the rest of the air. But we want to get as much of that air out as we can so that the oxygen absorbers can work on the rest of it. So this got the opening. This has got the opening. And then what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to seal these up until this point before we even open the O2 absorbers. Now, if this is expensive, this was an expensive tool to buy, and if you don't use this, you can use an iron. I don't want to set that on my new Excalibur, but you'd put some wood down like this, fold this down, and just iron right here, right? Iron all the way to the end, and then at the end you would finish ironing it with just a clothes iron, okay? Or some people have used curling irons. I think that's what they are, or hair straighteners, or what, I don't know what they're called. It's got a flat surface on each end, and it pinches, and you just pinch it, and then keep sealing it with that all the way to the end. Same concept. This is just a tool that's just for this. It does a fantastic job. It gets hot, see? But it does a good job. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, 1001, 1002, 1003. That's got a nice seal to it. That's all I do. You can pretty much see it coming, the top curling down when it starts getting nice and sealed there. And then I just check the lines all the way across. I'm going to bring it in here a little bit. You can see those lines from the iron. So that's a real nice tool. But like I said, it's an expensive tool. I wouldn't expect everybody to purchase this. I wouldn't even recommend anybody purchase something like this unless they're going to do a lot of these Mylar storage deals, right? So I use it a lot, so it was worth it to me. But get closer, my cords. Oh no, it's not. But if I was just going to try this, or if I was just in the beginning, I would just go ahead and use the iron method probably, because I actually have one in my garage. We're all washing here. We don't even use an iron, but I have one or two of them in the garage that I use for laminate, and that would probably work just fine. All right, so like I said, 7 of these generally. I'm going to throw 8. There's not going to be 8 in here, so I'm going to have to open up a new pouch, which is fine. And then once that's done, I'll just seal these up. And what I'm going to do is, because I'm not sure about this plastic right here, I'm going to get a backup one for my food saver ready to go so that I can save the ones I don't use. This is another tool that you don't necessarily need to for this to seal these up. It's just my preferred method, but I'll seal up one side of it now. And then and I'll throw them in the other end and seal that up. But I could have just threw it in another Mylar bag like this. Obviously this is oxygen absorber, so it's going to take the air out just like it did here. Actually, this was used in one of these, but this wasn't. This is the commercial bag, and that's what they did. They just sealed it, and all the air came out. Or I could have put it in a mason jar, right? So I've done that in the past. Throw them in a mason jar, and then seal them up using this. But of course, then you were using the food saver as well. But they come with the little. Some people use the brake bleeders. There's a number of things you can do. They even have these little portable ones now where you can use that. So those are pretty cool. Alright, so there's no magic to any of this. It's all pretty straightforward. There's no, it's not a big deal. The biggest thing is to have everything ready, right? So you want to have everything ready for this moment right here where we open this up and start dropping these in. That's all it's about. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I mean, you're not in such a big rush, right, to where you have to like start messing up. But you don't want to do what I just did and start dropping them all over the place. 1, 2, what am I doing? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I almost didn't give myself enough room to get it in there. There's that. I might have enough without opening up that other one. I hope so. If I gave myself a little bit more room on this one. There's 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, I got another extra one down here on the floor. I know you're thinking, is he not going to wash those off before he sticks those in there? I would, but I'm not going to. There's actually an extra one. I'm not going to. Well, actually I am. I'm going to put it in here just to show you how to do it. So, leave this in here. I'm just going to seal this up real quick. Alright, so I'm going to finish pushing some air out of this, fold that down, finish the Ziploc right here, with as much air out of there as I can, and then I'm going to seal the end of that. Easy peasy. There's that. Do the same thing on this. Are you looking at that one? As much air out as we can. Finish that Ziploc. And seal the end. Now at this point, all the O2 absorbers are all sealed back up. I'll check that in the morning, and that should be pretty much pressed down. Oh, I forgot one. Didn't see that one fall. No problem. This one was just laying there. Alright, so I won't push these closed right now because I want to check them in the morning. I'll just label them up. Red, hard red wheat, hard white wheat, and we're good to go. Put all this stuff back in my drawer. My 6 gallons, my O2s, and then I have a variety of other sizes. I generally get these, don't recall offhand, but I'll put links to all this stuff in the blog post. I'll show you one more thing I get from them. Here's some smaller 5-gallon ones without the Ziploc. Also buy these desiccant, what you've seen inside those cans to keep the moisture under control. I generally wouldn't have thrown those in there, but they were already in there, so we'll not use them. And I bought these little things here. I don't even remember. Probably wish.com, so they're probably full of chemicals or something. And these are little Mylar bags, and it's got the little, I don't know if you can see that, for you to tear it. Can you see a little indentation down there? Right there. Whoops, wow, I'm just throwing everything on the floor. Let me just grab one then. And then it'll open up on the other end. And then what I like to do with these is to put in little things like I've poured in Kool-Aid, you know, the little packets and stuff that you would generally, you know, like pour in water and that type of stuff. I've thrown them in packs. I've thrown them in buckets with food, you know, so these are just one item, but some of my pails will have, you know, a week worth or 3 days or whatever, a 3-day emergency kit, and I'll throw this kind of stuff and just throw it in there. Just keeps it all organized and easily labeled and safe and all that stuff. So anyway, I'll put links to all of that, and I think that's about it. If you have any questions, just drop a comment. I do a pretty good job at replying to comments and questions and things like that. Again, Brian Hawkins, Next Step Survival. It's been fun. We'll see ya. Hawkins out.